What is up, everybody? We got some Grisly Sultai action for you. We're gonna play first. So we've got Polluted Delta Island, Death Shadow, Grim Flayer. Now if we keep this hand, we miss out on some double black-green action, but we can get into some Dark Confidant action. Yeah, I may go and keep this because I like this hand. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and keep. Game plan is get down Dark Confidant and then get into at least one more mana source so we can cast the Grim Flayer and Grisly Salvage. Also, on a side note, guys, I do have this deck list up on MTGOTraders.com, so if you want to check it out, I also have a link down in the description. So as far as what we're going to do is, on our opponent's turn, we'll crack this Polluted Delta, probably get into a Watery Grave, and then get down Dark Confidant. Well, also, we don't know what our opponent's playing yet, so... Shambling Vents. So I've seen a lot of Nahiri on Magic Online. So maybe some Mardu. So we might be playing against a Mardu deck. So let's go and grab this Watery Grave. And since we do have Death Shadow, he might have Path. So yeah, we may hold off on that. Let's just put it into play tap for right now. Phyrexian Revoker. Okay, so let's get down Island, get down Dark Confidant. And then pass the turn. So hopefully we'll get into a third land off Dark Confidant, or at least our draw step. And then we can start getting the Delirium going for Grim Flayer. But yeah, we've got one card top in the graveyard, so if we do fire off a Grisly Salvage, we'll have an instant in the graveyard. And then if we hit at least one of our sorceries or something like that. Oh, we got some Grim Flayer on Grim Flayer. Alright, man, I like this. I like this already. Okay, let's see what we flip with Dark Confidant. Verdant Catacombs, just like we drew it up. Okay, so let's get the Catacombs down. And I'm going to start being aggressive now that we know it's like an Abzan type build. He probably does have Abrupt Decay in there, but we'll go and fire this bad boy off and get down a Grim Flayer of our own. And let's go and get into Overgrown Tomb. Shock this one in. Get down our very own Grim Flayer. Now we do have our fourth land. We can swing him in Dark Confidant, drop him down to 15. If he wants to trade with Grim Flayer, I'll take that. He's a little far away from Delirium. We've got Grisly Salvage to dig. Yeah, we're gonna go and swing him in Dark Confidant right now, actually. Well, if he swings with the Grim Flayer, we can't block with our Grim Flayer, and then he'll have the Grim Flayer activation. Yeah, let's go and hold off. That way, if he does swing in with Grim Flayer, we have Dark Confidant to block, and then we'll get into card draw. Yeah, I forgot that I don't want to trade Grim Flayer on Grim Flayer, and then allow him to get some Delirium action going, because he's at one card type in the graveyard, and we're at one card type too. Path to Exile, okay. And we'll probably go ahead and grab a Forest off that one, since we have two black sources. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and trade on this one right here. Because we have double Grisly Salvage, so we'll be able to redeploy another creature. Path to Exile, okay. I'm going to get into a Swamp. So we'll be at 6 mana next turn. And then he'll get his Grim Flayer trigger, but I don't mind being 6 mana with Grisly Salvage and Phyrexian Revoker. Because we can crack this, go to 13, shock it in, go down to 11. We'll have a 2/2 Death Shadow. We can also get down Phyrexian Revoker. Now, if he does activate Delirium, get Delirium going in the graveyard off this Grim Flayer trigger, that may be an issue, but at least we can get to a spot to where we can get our Death Shadow bigger than that Grim Flayer. Lingering Souls, okay. I like this guy's build. This is pretty sweet. Okay, so let's get down Polluted Delta. Now what we can do is we can shock it in, get down Death Shadow, get down Phyrexian Revoker. We can also Grisly Salvage and maybe get into like a Tarmogoyf. Let's go and do that. Let's go and crack this Polluted Delta. And Rocaille Black, let's go and grab a Breeding Pool. No, we've got a lot of black. Let's grab a Rocaille Blue mana. Let's grab an Overgrown Tomb. Let's go and fire this Grisly Salvage off. Looking to hit like a Tarmogoyf. That'd be really nice right now. Dark Confidant. We'll go and take that. And we should, yeah, we should have a delirium. No, let's see. Yeah, we have 3 card taps in the graveyard. So let's go ahead and it'll be a 2/2. Let's go ahead and get down. Yeah, I doubt he's got another path in his hand. So let's go for a Death Shadow and get into some Dark Confidant action. Okay, so he does have Lingering Souls in the graveyard. He'll be able to flash that back, get into 2/1/1 Spirit tokens. We can also get down Catacombs next turn, go to 10, go down to 7. Okay. And then I don't mind trading with the Dark Confidant on this one, actually. Once again, we'll have 7 mana next turn. We have a Grisly Salvage, and we can also get down Phyrexian Revoker. And this might be, yeah, an Abrupt Decay, okay. So he's going to get another Grimflayer trigger. Now the good thing is, if he doesn't make his land drop, he's not going to be able to hit Lingering Souls, but with the Grimflayer trigger, he's going to put, let's see what he puts in there. So he puts, okay, he's got double Lingering Souls in the graveyard. Okay, and he does get into another land, so it's going to be a little hard on this one. But we do have Golgari Charm coming out of the sideboard to stop those Lingering Souls. So he flashes back Lingering Souls. Get into Abrupt Decay. Okay, so let's go ahead and get down the Catacombs. Now, he has Delirium active for his Grimflayer, so he's going to be able to swing in for 6 next turn, which is going to drop us down to 3. Yeah, let's go ahead and fire this Grisly Salvage off real quick. Ooh, okay. We'll go ahead and grab Watery Grave. Now he's going to be swinging in for 6 either way, so let's see if we can't stick a Death Shadow right now. Yeah, and then we also have Abrupt Decay on the Grimflayer too. So he'll block with the token, potentially, and if he doesn't, then we can get into some shenanigans with the Catacombs cracking it. Okay, so he does block a token. And then let's go ahead and get down Phyrexian Revoker. I don't know what we would name, though. Take a stab in the dark. You can't name lands off Phyrexian Revoker. So let's go ahead and just get it down. We'll just name Birds of Paradise. Maybe it's in there. And then pass turn. Yeah. So we have our Abrupt Decay on his Grimflayer. Drops down to 8. Make our Death Shadow a 5/5. But he does have 2 more Lingering Souls coming out of the graveyard. But I like this. This is a pretty cool little Grimflayer on Grimflayer match. As soon as I saw that Grimflayer was not spoiled, but was being printed, I was like, man, that's really cool, because I love Golgari. Golgari's my favorite color shard. And, you know, I'm just a sucker for any 2-drop Golgari that's a mythic rare. I was like, oh, yeah. Alright, so he fires off that Thoughtseize. He's going to go down to 11. Take care of his Grimflayer. Now he's left in a spot to where he can just, well, he can swing him for 1. Drop us down to 8. And we get to a spot to where we have a big enough Death Shadow to where he's going to have to keep chump blocking with the tokens, and we can kind of grind him out that way. I think it's about our only out on this one. And then let's go and crack this. So he'll be swinging in. He's going to block on one of the tokens. He should. And then we'll be swinging for 2, drop us down to 6. I like having this fetch land up so we can pump our Death Shadow. Ooh, Tarmogoyf. Beautiful. Okay, so let's go and swing in right now. Coming in hot for 7. And so he did not block on Death Shadow. So if we crack this, he'll go to 6, shock it in, he'll go to 8, drop him down to... We'll go down to 6, go down to 5. Yeah, I don't mind doing that. Let's go and crack this going. Let's get this going. Let's shock in shocking a breeding pool. So we'll swing in for 8. And then let's get down Tarmogoyf. And then pass the turn. I'm going to leave Watery Grave in our hand as some type of potential counterspell. I know whatever you draw, he'll probably play it, but you know, we've got more than enough mana from all those pass earlier in the game, so sometimes a good magic just leave a card in your hand like it's something. Maybe they'll play around it. Now he's got 3 cards in hand, and he has two Flying Spirit tokens. So next time we have him on lethal, so he has to at least leave up 2 block. He has to leave up both spirits to stop these from coming. Okay, he's swinging in right now. Drops it down to 3. Ooh, another Lingering Souls. Okay. And then you can flash it back too. Okay, so now we need to get into some type of Snapcaster to stop one of them. Ooh, that is not it. Bummer, man. So we can swing in right now. He's going to block 2. That'll leave 4 tokens. I'll be able to fly in. We'll just go ahead and leave 2 cards in hand. Just see if we can't gather a little bit more information right now. You know, we've seen the standard Abzan suite with Path to Exile and Abrupt Decay. And then we'll go and hold off. See if we can't see something else get played, and then if not, we'll shift this over to game 2. So we do, as far as sideboarding goes, we do have Golgari Charm, and we do have Negate to take care of those Lingering Souls coming out of the graveyard. And we also do have Graph Digger's Cage for Dredge, so we can bring that one in too. But I'm really, you know, I've been playing with Grimflayer for a little bit now, and it's really cool to me to see an Abzan build of Grimflayer, because I feel like Grimflayer has some pretty, you know, he has some modern playability. And alright, so our opponent closes it out, so let's go ahead and go to sideboarding. Let's bring in Golgari Charm for sure. Let's bring in Graph Digger's Cage, Scavenging Ooze, and I like the negates. And I'll go ahead and bring in the Dispels for those Path to Exile. So let's go ahead and let's cut the Gitaxian Probe. I'm going to go ahead and cut the Dismembers because I like having the Replicase for the Grimflayer. Now we need to get down on 6. Probably going to cut the Phyrexian Revokers. I didn't really see anything that we could have named off of that. Phyrexian Revokers in here to help us kind of get Delirium and fuel Tarmogoyf too. So, you know, if you're not really feeling the game, it's one of the, you pretty much just go ahead and take them out. So I'm going to cut 3 more cards. Let's go ahead and do, actually, I like Grapple with the Past, so that way if we mill the Snapcaster, we can get back into it. So let's go down on 1 Grisly Salvage. Let's go down on a Thought Scour. Need to cut 1 more card. And probably go ahead and go down on a Gitaxian Probe. There we go. Ship this bad boy into game 2. And we would love to play first. Okay, ooh, beautiful, beautiful opening hand. So we've got some early hand disruption. We've got Grimflayer and Tarmogoyf. Yes, 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 yes. Just like we drew it up. So we're going to keep this one. So we get down Catacombs, shock in Watery Grave. We'll have access to blue. We can get down some Grimflayer action. We can grapple the pass, get some Delirium going. Yeah, let's go and do this. Get the Catacombs all fired up real quick. Get into a Watery Grave, shock that in, and then see what our opponent's got cooking in the kitchen. Abrupt Decay. Got some Inquisition of his own. Lingering Souls. Lingering Souls. A Godless Shrine. No, he's got a Sorin. And a Windswept Heath. Okay, so let's go for... We can take his Inquisition of Kozilek, and that protects our hand, and he'll be able to take out Grimflayer or Tarmogoyf. So we could get to a spot to where we get down Grimflayer, we can swing in, get at least 1 activation off Grimflayer, or we'll have to use his Abrupt Decay. Yeah, let's go and get the Inquisition of Kozilek. Yeah, because that way if he trades with... Oh, let's get our... Ooh, got the wrong zone set up. Yeah, I like that. So we take the Inquisition of Kozilek. We get down Grimflayer. He feels like he needs to use Abrupt Decay next turn. And since we drew into Death Shadow, I'm going to go and shock this one in. Let's go for Grimflayer. Yeah, so if he goes for the abrupt decay, then we'll get Tarmogoyf, get him all fired up, because that'll be land, sorcery, creature, instant. So we'll get a 4/5 Tarmogoyf to follow up the Grim Flayer if he doesn't want to abrupt decay it. And then we also have Grapple the Pass, so if we don't mill anything off Grapple, we can bring back Grim Flayer. Okay, so he's leaving up Abrupt Decay. Let's get down Swamp, and let's go and swing in Grim Flayer, see if we can't get an activation, but he's probably going to go ahead and Abrupt Decay. I would assume he would. Yep, Abrupt Decay. And now we can follow up with a Tarmogoyf. And then pass the turn. Okay, so if we get into one more land, we get down Dark Confidant, we can also grapple the pass. What we're looking for right now would be another fetch land. We'll go down to 14, shock it in, we'll go down to 12, we'll have it'll be a 1/1, but then we start growing it. But he does have, he gets into the Windswept Heath, so in his hand right now, he's got 5 cards, but he's got double Lingering Souls and Sorin in there too. So he's probably going to go and get down Lingering Souls. Yep, Lingering Souls. So we're going to start chipping away those Lingering Souls, swinging in with Tarmogoyf. Dispel. Coming in hot. Okay, so let's go and get down Dark Confidant, and then we get into the spots where we can just start racing him. Because he has Lingering Souls coming out of the graveyard, that'll get 2 more spirits. Or he can cast again. Ooh, Inquisition of Kozilek. Yeah, I'm okay with that. You know, if he goes for Death Shadow, we can grapple it back. And if he goes for the, if he goes for the Dispel, we'll lose the protection from Path to Exile. But I think we'll be okay with this one right here. If he does take Death Shadow, that'll turn on Delirium. If we want to bring back Grim Flayer to our hand, takes Grapple with the Past. Okay, I'll take that. Now he does have 2 mana. Okay, I thought he was passing the turn. Okay, swinging it for 1, drops it down to 14. And so he flashes back Lingering Souls and gets down Shambling Vent. Okay. Double Dark Confidant. Abrupt Decay. Let's go ahead and swing in. Coming in hot. So whoever he blocks on Dark Confidant, I'm going to Abrupt Decay if we want to. He doesn't know that's what we drew. Or I can't remember if that was the one we flipped or not. Okay, so let's go on Abrupt Decay right there. Well, we can follow up with the Dark. No, we can't. We don't have enough mana. So let's go and, yeah, we'll go and choose that Lingering Souls right there. Try and get a little ahead of the Souls coming in. So we'll get in for 4. Now we can get down Death Shadow. It's a 1/1. Can't really trade. We'll kind of leave ourselves open to a Path to Exile. But he's only two of his cards out of his hand are Lingering Souls and Sorin. So actually, I like getting into Death Shadow right now. We do lose, we lose the Dispel on Path, but I don't mind taking that gamble, at least at this point in the game. Because if we at least hit just one land, a shock land or a fetch land, we can get this Death Shadow pumped up. And then I'll kind of leave him in a weird spot to where he has to... Let's see. Okay, brings that in. Gets down Sorin. Island and Grisly Salvage. Okay, better than nothing. So let's get down Island. Well, we can Grisly Salvage to hope to hit a fetch land. And swing in with both at Sorin. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for that. Looking for a... Oh, well, we hit a Tarmogoyf. I'll take another Tarmogoyf. Gonna get down to Islands. And we have Dark Confidant in our hand, so we can swing in at both at Sorin. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll swing in Dark Confidant. I mean, not Dark Confidant. Swing in at Sorin. Yeah, we'll go and do that. And let's see if he blocks the other Spirit. Okay, he does not. So we're going to knock Sorin down to 1. And let's go and get down another Dark Confidant. Yeah, I was hoping to get into a spot to where off that Grisly Salvage we could get a fetch land and pop up Death Shadow to really kind of knock Sorin out, but fortunately that's what happened. So now as far as what our opponent can do, he does have Lingering Souls in his hand, so we can cast it and have it coming out of the graveyard. If he wants to fire up Shambling Vents, he can if you want to. Lingering Souls, and then probably a flashback on it with a Sorin activation. He'll have 4 creatures. Oh, some Kitchen Finks, okay. So he pluses Sorin. And he's swinging in for 2 right now. Okay, so we're definitely gonna, hopefully we'll hit something painful. Watery Grave and Grim Flayer. So let's go ahead and shock in Watery Grave. So if we shock in Watery Grave, we go down to 8. He has lifelink, so if we swing in at Sorin with everybody, he'll be able to kill us on the backswing. We can get down Grim Flayer to stop one of the Kitchen Finks. We'll take care of Sorin. Yeah, let's go and go for that. We'll go and shock this in. Let's go and swing in, see how he blocks. Because we also get down Tarmogoyf and Grim Flayer. No, we only have 1 green source, so we have to choose either. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for Sorin right now. So if we swing the crew in at Sorin and we just swing in, yeah, we'll go and swing in all. Yeah, we may lose it because he has Lingering Souls coming out of the graveyard. We need to get into some Golgari Charm action. That'd be a really nice draw. Okay, so he blocks across the board. Take care of those Spirit tokens. He gets a Persist trigger. And let's go and actually, I may actually go and get down Grim Flayer because it has Trample and we have Delirium active in the graveyard. So if he wants to block with the Spirit tokens, we'll at least get some Trample damage going over across on Sorin. We do have our work cut out for us. You know, we are at 8 and our opponent's at 29, but if we can get to the spots where we can kind of clear these tokens out of the way, then we can get into some, when he fires the Shambling Vents up. Flashes back Lingering Souls, okay. Now we can still block on these Shambling Vents. And we can also block on the Kitchen Fink. So he's swinging in for 2 right now. Kind of confused why he fired up the Shambling Vents. Maybe he didn't mean to do that. Yeah, that was, I don't know. I guess to give it lifelink? I'm not entirely sure what that was. Okay, so we've got a 7/7. Now he's got 6 in the air. That's what we have to watch out for. So let's go on Thought Scour right now. Because we swing in, even take care of Sorin, he's going to be able to close us out in the air. Yeah, let's go and fire this Thought Scour off. Polluted Delta. Yeah, I don't think that's going to get it. But yeah, because we can get on. He's got 6 in the air, and we didn't get into Snapcaster or Golgari Charm to take care of these Spirit tokens. I think that, well, yeah, because the Grim Flayer is going to go on top. Yeah, good game, man. Good game, man. But yeah, I really like this guy's build. Using Grim Flayer and an Abzan shell is pretty cool. So also, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.